Hello and welcome to our tutorial. In this video, you will see an overview of all available components. First of all, the tab component allows you to combine and organize many components in a dashboard. The main purpose of the tab is to divide the dashboard layout into several pages. Let's have a look first at the Chart tab that presents the different chart visualization available in Biwee. Charts in bars are useful to display data and invite further exploration of a topic. Charts are used in situations where a simple table won't adequately demonstrate important relationships or patterns between data points. By default, the chart is displayed using bars, but you can change to lines, points, range, and even more. Scatter charts are widely used to present the measurement of two or more related variables. Scatter charts are particularly useful when you want to show the correlation between the values of the variable on the y-axis on the values of the variable on the x-axis. The pie component displays a series of pies or donuts that represent the contribution of each value to a total. Here you see how sales are distributed between the different categories. It is advised to use it when you have few slices. When you have too many different values, prefer using Treemap. It will be more readable. The Treemap component allows you to visualize data in nested rectangles. For example, you can see the contribution of each sales representative to the whole. You can add filtering options to your dashboard, either using the charts themselves or by adding filtering elements such as the combo box, list box, tree view, or date filter. For example, I select a sales representative. After that, I select a category, then a product and a period. Now all of my data will be filtered based on what I have selected. Now we move to the Details tab. You can see how to display and highlight detailed information using grid and pivot tables. You can add visual indications such as sparklines, bars, and comparisons indications. The Pivot component displays a cross report that presents multidimensional data in an easy-to-read format, allowing the user to see the values of the metrics at different levels. For example, here you can see sales by year, then by month, and by category, then by subcategory. The next tab is the Comparisons tab with gauges, cards, and range filter. The Gauge component is useful to communicate two values, one with a needle and the other with a marker on the scale. It allows you to measure progress toward a goal. The Card component displays a series of KPI elements. Each card illustrates the difference between two values. This difference can be expressed as an absolute value, an absolute variation, or a percentage variation. The element below is an alternative to the date filter, the range filter. It displays the temporal evolution of values in an area form. It allows you to filter the other components of the dashboard according to a time range or a date with a few clicks. To analyze geographical data, you have several types of maps available. Choropleth maps are useful for illustrating areas, geographic or spatial, with colors, shading, or patterns, and representing numerical data as densities, percentages, or values. An important value is illustrated by a high color density or shading. GeoPoint maps allows you to display numerical data on maps from longitude and latitude data. The data can be presented in raw form, in bubbles of size proportional to the values to be represented, or in pies. Clustering can be activated if some data are overlapped. These bubbles indicate how many points are clustered and their summary values. The Text box component can display static or data-bound text with rich formatting. You can add values in data items and display them. Use this item to highlight important information, include images, or provide instructions and legends. You are free to add everything you want. The Group component allows you to combine components within a dashboard. The groups are independent, and you can manage the interaction between components within and outside the group. For example, I click on Bikes, it will filter Group 1 but not 2. However, if I choose an item from Group 2, it will filter Group 2 and Group 1. You set the behavior for each group. At last, you can display static or bound images. Use this item to add images in your dashboard linked to the data displayed in the dashboard. For example, the image changes according to the selected category. You can also add clickable images that will open the specified URL. In this example, it redirects us to the documentation of Biwee.